want to talk about drum fills. Now, when I make records, one thing I found is the difference between, I'd say, a great drummer on a session and somebody who isn't quite as equipped to do it has a lot to do with the type of drum fills that they create. Drummers who are really experienced making records tend to know how to create melodic drum fills, and they're not just thinking about chops. So we spend time learning rudiments and doing stick exercises in order to be nimble enough to be able to work our way through any type of drum fill we want. But the idea is not to just use those skills for flash. We want to elevate the song. And one thing I like to do is I like to think of it a lot like I think of composition. And this is where studying composition could be really powerful for drummers, right? So what do I think about that is we spend a lot of time learning about melodies in classical composition, and then we learn how to ornament them. So we talk a lot about the frame of the house before we put a roof on the house, and of course pictures on the wall eventually, right? But I find a lot of drummers are already putting the couch and the curtains up before they've even built the structure of the house. And this presents some problems when you're trying to record on to a song, right? You're kind of blending things that don't necessarily mix well together. It might be good on their own, like a pizza and peanut butter, but I don't know a lot of people who put peanut butter on their pizza. Okay, right? So we want to be able to curate and make sure we're playing things that are complementary to the song. I like to break things down to their simplest form. Let's say we have a melody line. For whatever reason, I have "Isn't She Lovely" in my head. I think I heard it on the way to school today. And dot, 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 dum, right? Okay, there's a lot of ways that we can phrase this. I'm just thinking of a lot of different ways without even adding ornamentation of how I can play that melody line different. Right? Or, right? It still is "Isn't She Lovely," that line. If I was on a session, I'd be really listening to the vocal melody line and any other kind of melody lines that are happening in the song. I think melodies are a really good area to observe and think about. If I have a drum fill, are there any elements of that vocal melody line that I could embrace into the fill, right? And let's just take that "Isn't It Lovely" again. Right? Now I can ornament. So here's the original phrase. Okay, I'm going to ornament now. Okay, so that's a little fancier. Notice I kept going there, but I accented where the melody line is. And I'm starting to make some subtle variations to it. You can still hear that melody line. Here's another variation. I'm just rephrasing it ever so slightly, but it still feels like it's part of the song. There's a lot that can be pulled from the song instead of needing to come up with fresh material. It's a lot about being aware of your environment and thinking about, as a drummer, like your drum fills being a highlighter pen. What do you want to bring out of the song? Of course, sometimes the drums are driving the ship, and that's a slightly different situation, but when the song is driving the ship, think about what you can pull out of it and highlight. Right? This will gel a lot better with the song and make the producers happy, make the songwriters happy, and you're going to hear it back and you're going to really think, wow, this just really is fitting together so much better with the song. I feel like the drums and the song are united as one as opposed to fighting each other. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, leave me comments. It really helped me out a lot with the algorithm. And you can check out my website, anatomyoftone.com. Till next time.